I'm not used to having my face on camera, so I'm like not sure what looks flattering.
You look really nice. My entire videos are really awkward, and then I just make them better with
I've never
editing.
done a video with you.
I know.
That's so fun.
I know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm joined by Grace. If you don't know, Grace is like obviously a very cool person, but she also happens to be everybody's low-key mum. Like nobody is organized without Grace. So today I thought we would give you guys some advice. Grace is obviously very good with the advice. I obviously give slightly scuffed advice. Thought it would be a good dynamic. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.
What you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll try and help you out with a couple of your issues. Aww. Okay, this person is asking for advice on looks, and they say, do girls care about guys' weight?
Oh.
I know.
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so at all.
I think the most important thing, and I've given this advice before, is as much as social media or society tries to push this idea of what everyone's attracted to, I think most people are attracted to a plethora of different things.
I think being with someone that is confident in themselves.
Confidence does a
is
lot.
Key. So I think if your weight impacts your confidence levels, but it's really more about the confidence rather than your actual physical weight.
I feel like some people that have come on to me have been like, obviously you will be attracted to me because I look like what everyone wants to look like.
No.
And I'm like, that's actually not primarily what I'm attracted to, like a big thick boy. So if you're worried about your weight, some girls out here love big thick boys.
Poor Elliot's like, wait, what?
How do you take someone's man? You don't, bitch! Stay in your lane! Okay, I don't even know what this is. Twinklefoes says, how do you overcome the dreaded imposter syndrome? Is it real or just self-doubt in a fancy name? I have no idea what this is. Do you know?
Oh, you don't know what imposter syndrome
No,
is?
I feel like an idiot.
My understanding of imposter syndrome is basically where you are in a situation and you feel like you shouldn't be there because you don't deserve to be there or you didn't get there from your own merit, and you feel as though like kind of a consistent underlying sense of stress that you're going to be like found out in a way. Like people are suddenly going to wake up and realize, hang on, like she has no idea what she's doing, or like how is she possibly in that position, like she shouldn't be there.
Well, that's just lightly triggering.
Yeah.
Probably one of my like bigger insecurities, I guess I was going to say a fear, but I think it probably just is an insecurity, is that I feel like I would have to constantly keep proving myself that what I achieve in life is off of my own back. And I think that's a lot of the time why somebody asked me today that they were like, why hasn't Elliot given you a shout out ever? And I was like, because I've specifically asked never to do that.
Do you think that's the cause of your imposter syndrome, like dating someone, you know, like?
Yeah, I always bring it back to people can always find you through someone, and most people are found through other people.
Of course.
You know, if people find me through Elliot, I can be like, well, some people find me through Kath, some people found me through The Voice, some people just find me through YouTube's weird algorithm. But I feel like sometimes, you know, I worry that if somebody went out of their way to actively promote me, that I could never feel as if anything I achieved is off of my own back.
Sometimes I'll feel like, oh, I haven't got the experience that some other people have got. I try to remind myself that I put in the work every single day. Oh gosh, someone's gonna realize that, you know, I haven't played the most recent COD, or like I don't actually know like what that esports team does or something. People can open doors for you, but you're the one that has to walk through them and make the most of them, and that's what I regularly remind myself of.
That's my favorite saying. Oh wait, how do you know if you found the one?
Ooh,
A great question.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe in the one.
I don't think I do either.
I think there can be multiple ones out there for you, and I really do believe that with friendships, relationships, whatever, what's the saying? It's like a season, a reason, or a lifetime. I think you can have perfect people in your life at the perfect time, and then you grow or they grow and you grow in different directions. Like that's normal and it can happen.
How does one socialize? Not the people to be asking. No, I actually, no, I think actually we do all right. But me and Grace are currently here filming a video instead of being at a concert right now. So
kind of a funny question, but it's also a real question.
Yeah.
I think I've struggled with that in the past, 100%. A lot of people are nervous about making new friends or socializing, and a lot of people are like, oh, I wouldn't want to ask that person because they might think it's weird, or they've probably got other plans on. Sometimes someone said to me, like, hey, want to catch up and go for a coffee? I'm like, oh, like, that's so thoughtful. I would actually love to.
And I think like it's weird, like moving into this space recently, a lot of like gamer girls or like a lot of streamers have like reached out to me and been like, hey, do you want to hang out? And I've been like, I don't know you, but yes.
So just do it!
How do I tell a guy friend that I like them without ruining the friendship?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ruin that friendship. The general advice that I give to anybody asking about like, oh, I don't know, should I ask this person out? Is just do it, because the worst they can say is no.
That's the ballsy way to do it.
Yeah.
But not everyone's that ballsy, including me. This is what I believe. If someone's into you, they will let you know. You will know
That's
about
true.
it. There are no mysteries.
No. It's like just doing little things to push the friendship barrier
Push the
to see if
friendship,
they're
yeah.
into it. I think
Maybe,
you can
like,
always tell whether
Send them
someone's
a
into
joke
it.
or like send them a message or something about something that's like an in-joke just between you two. Be like, hey, saw this, like, lol. Or I don't know, whatever the kids do these days. But
I don't know. Lol.
Send them a TikTok.
I feel like if
Then
you
that's
can't
probably
gauge
no.
it,
If you
it's
can't
probably a
gauge
no.
it, it's probably a no.
Unless you're Elliot, in which case he was like, I didn't think you liked me for like the first however many months of us going out. And I was like, how do I tell a boy that likes me that I don't like them without ruining the friendship?
Oh, palm it off nicely, I think. Like, make it clear. Don't make him second guess or be unsure about where you stand. Be like, hey, not really feeling it, but like, thank you.
So
You know,
awkward.
like-
It's so awkward to be like, thank you.
So say like, oh, sorry, I'm busy, or like, I can't right now, but then they might just keep trying. Do things a
Ooh,
bit like,
so
okay.
one time I did that. This is a guy before Elliot. Kind of unclear, and I was making all of the excuses to kind of appease the male ego. Never do that. Just say what you want to say. And I was literally sat there being like, oh, I was really hurt in a last relationship, which is true in the way that like when I eventually met Elliot, I knew that it was worth testing whether, you know, I was able to be in a relationship again. But sometimes you just meet someone, you're like, it's not worth the risk, you know, like I don't feel the initial connection.
Yeah.
There's no spark. Like I don't want to keep exploring a relationship when I've already been hurt. And this guy was already pushing for the first date. Oh, when he free, all over me the whole time. You know, like when somebody gets that look in their eye that they're just like, you are very strange. Yes, the whole time I was like, I'm uncomfortable. He like kept trying to convince me to go to a bar with him afterwards, and he had like walked me in the direction of the bus stop past this bar. I was like, no, I'm all good. I got on the bus. 10 minutes later, I have a text. I was like, I need to tell him that I don't want to do a second date. I was just not wanting to hurt his feelings. And then eventually down the line, this guy, like after a week, starts analyzing me. Your parents are divorced, and that probably filters into why you don't trust men.
my
And I want you
God.
to know that you can trust me. And I blocked him. He would send messages on another site. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And eventually I just have to be like, I do not like you. How do you not pick up on the vibes?
Yeah.
My advice is be up front because you might get stalked. This one, just out of context entirely, says, in the wrong, what do I do? Admit you're in the wrong and say sorry. A lot of people find it such a hard thing to do. I don't. This isn't necessarily the question, but somebody said, I like two girls and I'm not sure which one I should go for. Do you have any advice? Something that people ask me regularly is, I am in a relationship and I have feelings for somebody else. I think it was Johnny Depp's quote that was, if you love two people, pick the second, because if you truly loved the first, the second would have never factored in. I think like love is blind in the way that it's like, if you're with the right person, even if there's somebody that you click with, you know, you don't even notice. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really factor in. You're just like, okay, that's something, but I don't particularly care.
Stay tuned for my next big business venture. It's going to be called Right Click. It's a dating app for gamers.
Actual advice how to make an attractive Tinder profile.
Oh, I actually have thoughts on this because
So
I've helped
do I.
multiple friends with how to make
Ooh,
dating
yeah.
profiles.
Your
so here's my
opinions.
advice. For your first photo, make sure it's a clear photo of just you. No sunglasses, no group shots.
No.
It's very confusing. If you've got a group shot, no one knows who you are. If you've got sunglasses on, I
You're
don't know, a bit
concealing some
shady.
ugly under there.
Yeah, no shirtless photos. unless you're like literally on a beach and it's obviously candid, but no mirror shirtless shots.
I think Tinder's meant to be something that's like for pictures that encompass my being. If you put you just starkers with everything out, I'd be like, well, maybe what encompasses your being
It's such
is
a
being a
turn
bit
off.
of a dick.
No photos with cars and no photos of you fishing. Don't do
Unless it's like a hobby that it's like, you know what, I do this all the time because I do want to know if I'm getting into a relationship with a fishing boy because it is the equivalent of a horse girl. And if I was a guy on if I was a guy on Tinder and he saw a picture of you with your horse, I would know to swipe left because I'd be like, that is a horse girl. Horse girls, fishing boys. Hopefully they'll find each other, but not me.
Advice.
Advice.
Be
Advice.
helpful.
Oh. That is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to, go and check out Grace. Grace does a podcast currently with my boyfriend,
Yeah.
Elliot. So go and check it out. It's Watch Time, and I'll link it in the description. How do I become as lovely and kind as you and Grace? Sometimes I'm a